Hi, beloveds. How are you? Today, we're going to talk a little bit about leadership. Okay? So, what is leadership anyway? What do we mean by leadership? It's really interesting because there is no one single definition of leadership. If you look at leadership theory and scholars, they can't decide on what leadership is. There are just too many definitions. There's not just one definition. What leadership means to each of us, it's impacted by our generation, by global influences, by our culture. So what leadership means to one person, it's going to be different for someone else. And so for example, leadership can mean formal qualifications. It can mean not formal qualifications. It doesn't matter whether you have degrees or not. You can lead where you are. You can lead from any kind of perspective. A lot of folks in the civil rights movement in the United States, some had degrees and others didn't. And you know what? They were all leaders. You could lead from where you are. So when we think about leadership, one thing that the scholars do know is that they agree that there is no definition, single definition. And also, leadership theory still hasn't been able to determine, is the process of management separate from leadership, or is it a part of leadership? That hasn't been determined. So there's a lot, what is leadership is kind of up in the air, okay? And that brings me to my next point. Leadership is a personal thing. What is your definition of leadership? What does leadership look like to you in your life and your workplace? So that's where I'd like to go with this. So that said, for me, I think leadership is a really personal thing. And think about, what is your definition of leadership? What is your leadership style? And maybe think about that. And what areas of your life would you like to take more of a leadership role and stop letting outside factors or other people lead in that area of your life? Where do you want to take more initiative and oversight? Where do you want to lead in your life? That's what I would encourage you to think about. And what areas of your life you'd like to lead in, and then think about, okay, why are you not doing that now? Why are you not taking more of a leadership role in those areas of your life that you really want to? So think about that and then make some change. Do it. Go ahead and brainstorm, what those barriers are keeping you from having more of a leadership role in certain areas of your life, and then, move forward with some of those action items. So think about that. And how might you lead where you are? How might you lead where you are? Whether you are the customer service person or a manager or whatever, how might you lead where you are in your workplace? How can you be a leader in your role? Because there may be other people in your role. How can you be a leader? And it's not always about being a leader so you can be promoted and move up and all that stuff, because you know what? Moving up, and having more responsibility is not everyone's cup of tea. Some people just want to stay where they are and, maybe get small, income increases as things come. But they may not want to have more responsibility. And that's okay if that's what makes them happy. You don't always have to move up, to be happy. And upward progress is not everyone's goal. But if it is, you can have leadership skills that can help you to get there. And if it's not, your leadership skills, growing them can still help you where you are. So how might you lead where you are? And what would that look like? And to think about that. Okay? All right, everyone, take care. And please comment in the chat. Let me know if this was helpful for you. And let me know what you think and any questions you have. I'd be happy to do some Q&As. See you next time.